I learned that God has everything planned out. And the majority of the time when God tells you something in advance, it's because it's time for you to prepare for it. When God says things like, it's your time, it's the season, it's happening now, it doesn't mean that it's literally about to occur right now. Like, let's say, well, this video is about a marriage, so let's say God says it's time to get married right now, or it's your marriage season. Well, God saying it's about to happen right now doesn't mean that they're about to marry you right now. It means that you have to prepare for it. Let's say God said it's time for you to be a doctor right now. You're not going to just start being a doctor. I mean, you can, it could, because God is calling you to heal, but in the medical field, God is going to call you to go to school. That means that you have to start rearranging your schedule. You have to see if you're going to apply for financial aid or get some grants, and you have to find the school, you have to enroll to school, you have to go to school, and you have to show it consistently, and you have to pass, and you have to do your residency, and then you have to do everything that it takes for you to be a doctor. So however many years it takes for you to be a doctor, God is telling you it's time now, but it's time now because you're preparing for it. Like, it's time now doesn't mean it is happening. And so it's teaching us how to, it means it's happening. It doesn't mean that you're going to instantly, you're already called to be that thing. So you have to do what it takes for you to fulfill that role, basically. So when God told me who my spouse is, I thought I was ready to be a wife. But when you get certain information, it unlocks things in you that nothing ever could. And so what that unlocked in me is, it made me realize how many triggers I had, how manipulative I had, how many insecurities I was, how impatient I was, how judgmental I was, how much lack of faith I had, how immature I was, how lustful I was, and a whole lot of other things. I literally learned thousands of lessons. And most importantly, I got closer to God. I learned things about God I never knew. I had supernatural experiences with my husband and I never knew could exist. It only happened with him. Like the first time he texted me and I didn't even know it was him. I heard the noise and my left hand was swollen and stiff and hurting. And it literally unstiffened and I could unbend it just from a text message. I had a boil that wouldn't go away, and when he hugged me, the boil went away. Anything connected to him, his name, his voice, let alone his presence, it breaks stuff off of me. It makes me have to be soft, because I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've learned everything I need to do all my life. I've been naturally taught by God. It was in me, or I just learned it by myself. So it helped me learn how to be soft. It helped me learn how to be mature. I've never met someone so caring and so nice and so rooted in God and so mature and so romantic and so driven and so consistently this person. So strong, so wholly masculine. And so these are the important things that God wanted me to share. Because feeling like it's taking so long and rushing to be with them, you can't rush God's purpose. This is for God. The rush comes from us wanting to do what we want. See them, touch them, have intercourse, go on trips, cuddle, talk, whatever it is. Even if you're desiring to pray with them. We have to understand that we can do everything right now in the spirit. And if people just want a feeling, and that feeling that we seek comes from God. And then it opened me up to love I never had before. So now I can love everybody else differently. Now I can be patient with everyone else differently. Now I can be mature and everything with everyone else differently. And then the more I love him, the more I love God. It's like him and God are not separate. I remember I would be trying to focus on God, and God would keep showing me him. And I said, God, I'm trying to focus on you. And God said, I'm trying to get you to focus on him. Because we focus on God really for the majority of the time to get information. It's not just to sit there and just be like, just staring at God. No, it's for interaction. God spoke everything to existence for a reason, so it is going to be a lot of conversations. Even when it's not God's voice. God is going to keep showing you images. You're going to keep having feelings. It's some type of communication. This is what the journey teaches you. How to get out of the world and stay in the spirit. Constantly worrying about what's going on physically, externally, when everything is spiritual. So whatever is going on physically, you need to understand that spiritually. I remember one time God told me, stop judging my son very, very sternly. I said, oh, he's serious about him. I need to get serious too. Projecting stuff onto him that he never even did because of stuff in my past. Because of his occupation. I would still claim a zodiac sign. So because of his zodiac sign. My husband loves to wear suits, but sometimes he wear urban wear or street clothes. And so when he would wear those street clothes, I would be triggered. Because people who wear those type of clothes have a certain type of stereotype. Now I'm the type of person that I never thought I could be. I'm so much more mature. I'm so patient. I'm so calm. I'm so unwavering. I'm so non-judgmental. I'm so kind. I used to be very arrogant, belittling, judgmental, want to cuss you out. You can't, nothing, not even nothing can make me come out of character anymore. I love God too much. I'm literally a reflection of God. I'm called to be that 24/7, and I will always be that for the rest of my life. That's what God made me to be. I asked God all the time, and he told me, he going to tell me, why did you make us like this? Because I don't know anyone like this. I don't know anybody who hears from God 24/7. I don't know nobody who want to do everything God called them to do. I don't know anyone who would give up everything that God called them to do. I don't know anybody who would rather pray for somebody than cuss them out. It's not even a second thing. It's always underlying there. People always want to prove that they can hurt somebody's feelings with their words or beat them up. I can't be brought down. Nothing somebody can say can bring me down. These are the type of things that I learned. And my husband is exactly like me. I was able to dream about his father's house before I even seen it. I would dream about outfits that he had on. I would dream about my husband's outfits, and then God would lead me to go on his page the next day, and he would have that outfit on that day. These are not previous outfits. I would literally dream it, and then he would freshly have that outfit on the next day. That happened at least 4 times. This stuff is so serious. I dreamed about the blinds that we have right now 4 or 5 years ago. And I never seen blinds like this in my life. So it's time for you to mature. There's thousands of us called to prepare for marriage and know who our spouse is before we come together, because God wants us to maneuver in a certain way. Marriage has a bad reputation. It's time for that to be over with. And what I've noticed on this journey is the people who are being prepared for marriage and the people who want marriage, they all think that they're better than their spouse. They all think that they're better than men. And that's exactly a problem, because what people don't realize is you're going to be that way in marriage. What God blessed me to understand is anytime I vision something, I can't falsely just vision up things. God will stop me. It will start to cause discomfort in my body. And so what God will do is teach me lessons through visions. Things that I feel like I wanted, God will show me visions, and whatever I felt in that moment showed me where I needed to mature. So let's say I was in a certain environment, and I started thinking like, well, is he going to think that I'm, like, is he going to like this hairstyle? Am I going to feel like doing that every day? Are we really going to enjoy doing this all the time? And that will let me know where I needed to mature. That will let me know where I needed to have faith. Is he really going to understand me getting out the bed and praying all over the house, speaking in tongues? Things of that nature. I'm going to go in deeper detail in the video with my husband, but this video is strictly to help you understand the prophetic support that God is imparting on us. I never said prophetic support together in my life before. God just spoke that to me. God said, say that. Prophecy is literally just hearing from God and speaking that. Whether it's about yourself or others, but it will always be both. So God is prophetically supporting this marriage. That means you're not constantly speaking old ways. That means you're not speaking the ways of the devil. You're not speaking the ways of the world. You're speaking what God called you to. Because God called us to love people and love ourselves and forgive people. And so we all have things that we need to work on, especially if you're not connected to God. You're going to be a reflection of the demonic realm because you're not a reflection of God. Not fully. And so those things cause people to run away from people and judge people and want to hurry up and change them and want to choose somebody else and become impatient and doubt. We can't be like that. God gives people promises all the time that they have to wait years for. And so you have to prophetically speak life to change those situations. You don't come into agreement with the devil. God don't describe them that way. You need to know how God described them. You know how you describe them. You know how the world would describe them. You know the world would tell you to leave them, but what is God calling you to do? Why do you think you stupid? Who taught you that? Broken people. Look what Jesus did for you. Look how Jesus forgive you for everything that you do. You judging them is worse than whatever you think that they doing wrong. You judging them is a form of murder. It's a form of stealing, killing, and destroying. You stealing from them the breakthrough that they will have in the spirit because you're not speaking what you're called to speak. You're killing them spiritually. You're destroying them spiritually. And it's occurring physically. And because what you don't understand is God calling you to this journey. You're doing things for them that nobody else can do. Nobody will ever be called to do. Nobody will pray for them more than you. You literally will have thousands of prayers stored up, covering their mind, body, soul, and spirit, their whole path. Everyone connected to them. And then it's going to keep having a domino effect on you and people connected to you. It's just a gateway to open you up. The world has opened you up enough to demonic gateways. Adult videos, adult toys, impatience, gossiping, extenuating your sacred parts, shaking your sacred body parts, unaware intercourse, opening yourself up to people, demons, and generational curses. You don't even really understand intercourse. God made it. People do not include God in their intercourse life. And so what you think is good is not. All this heartache and pain. God is not leading people to that. God is leading people away from that. Prophesying in part is just as important as going to the bathroom. That's what God said. If you don't release that, it will be detrimental to you, and it will come out eventually in the wrong way. You know how people get fed up and they get angry and it just come out in the wrong way? You have to speak them prophetic impartations. The Bible said God pouring out his spirit on everyone. We're going to prophesy and dream. I love you, and most importantly, God does too. You're going to represent God in ways you never knew before. You're going to represent your spouse in ways you never knew before. Women, you're going to represent him in ways that you've never seen before. Him as in Jesus and him as your spouse. They're one and the same. You're called to be loved as Christ loved the church. You're going to start seeing people loved as Christ loved the church. Love that people never seen before. People don't even know how Christ loved the church. I'm a spiritual advisor, and I help people with all areas of life. In the description area, which is under my YouTube video, or in the caption, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you will see all the different ways that I help people. And you will see my email address to schedule a session with me. My sessions start at $45. In the description area on YouTube, you will also see the link to all of my social media accounts and a few playlist recommendations. It is best to go to my YouTube channel directly because I have over 1,000 videos categorized in the playlist, which are simply albums of videos under certain subjects. So it's easier for you to find them instead of scrolling through my over 1,000 videos. On my other social media platforms, you can simply go to my bio, and you will see the link to my social media accounts, including my YouTube. If you do not see it in my bio or you don't know how to find my bio, just comment or message me and I will send you the links. You can also comment or message me that you would like me to pray with you, because when you reach out to me, God is calling you to do your part, because I've already been praying for you without you reaching out to me. And you can also message me anything that you would like me to make a video about. And I will take it to God to see if that is something that God wants me to make a video about. And you take it to God as well, so that you do not become dependent on me nor any more delays. Because God speaks to us 24/7. So anytime you're not hearing from God 24/7, you're blocking yourself from blessings. Thank you for listening, liking, commenting, sharing, watching, subscribing, and following. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for pouring into me. And thank you for sowing into my ministry monetarily.